What's going on, YouTube? It is 2025, and I seen everybody been telling their story, so I decided to tell mine. They say every road you go down leads to a new chapter in your book, and I guess I've reached a new chapter because, well, I got fired from my job back in October, and I thought it was gonna be all doom and gloom, but lo and behold, me getting fired from my job has led me back to being that person I always wanted to be. Long story. So when I say I was about 30 years old, just starting a family getting flowing, my whole thing was about grinding. Grind. Just take care of the family. As long as the family taken care of, then, I figured life's good. And for a moment, it was. I mean, it ain't bad, but, when you first starting out making new money, that new money make a difference. But things catch up to you, then that new money ain't so new no more. So now, that's how you end up in a pursuit of more money to keep up with the cost of things. And that's where I found myself at. So probably about 10 years ago, I took on a different career, started doing truck driving. And I actually started YouTubing then. Figure I'd make a career out of YouTubing and truck driving then. You can actually check out some of my old truck driving videos. I'll see if I can put a link in for y'all to go to them. But it was about 10 years ago. Young, excited, thinking I'm taking on this new career to provide for my family. And like I said, at first, it was good. But then life catch up with you. I mean, that new money, it won't be as new as it once was. The cost of living getting higher because you're making a little bit more extra change now, and you can feel like you can splurge a little bit. And, for a moment you can, but it all comes to bite you in the end. And it was during that time where I was in overdrive mode. I drove trucks about a year over the road. Then I came home, started driving local. And it wasn't just driving, it was always pursuit of taking care of my family. How much money can I make this paycheck? How much more money can I make next paycheck? If I cover the bills this paycheck, next paycheck, I can take the families out and we can just ball out. And that's kind of that mentality of thinking of taking care of your family. But in the midst of that, I lost myself. And saying that I just got caught up in work. And being caught up in work, it's a sacrifice because it takes time from you doing the things that you really want to do. But you really can't do it like that because you forever chasing, you're on that paper chase, you're on that grind. And I caught myself up in that rat race, the rat race everybody talking about. And that's where I was. I thought I was happy, as long as I was taking care of my family and everything like that. Everything was good. Time go on, time progress. I find more jobs, more, higher paying jobs to help keep feeding that lifestyle. In the midst of me doing that, I found myself in a chain of constantly working. And I never had time for myself. Now, I always made time for my family. Like my kids, all my kids were in sports. And in the course of this YouTube series or whatever it becomes, I introduce you to the whole family because, this isn't just the Fat Man Show. That's me. I'm Fat Man the Great. This is the Fat Man and the Fam Show. I introduce you to the fam later, but this is basically that raw, rough introduction. And, I always made time for my kids, sporting events, school, award ceremonies, showing them congratulations on job well done, all that. I always made time for that. But in the midst of me getting that lifestyle, I never made time for myself. So back to my story back in October, had been working for this company for a little over a year, had felt good about it. and, I'm busting my tail. And early in the year 2024, had a little accident, and, it caused me to miss some time. And, me not knowing the process of the company, I figured, over time, late absences, all that stuff that accrued because of the accident, they might fall off. But, that wasn't the case. That's neither here or there. And it led to me, losing my job. Now, luckily, I had another job on the back burner, but it was more like a temporary job. The job I lost was my main job. And I lost that, so I'm thinking all doom and gloom gonna come. But in the midst of me losing that job, I was actually in a position with extra free time I haven't had in like 10, 12 years. So me losing that job was actually like a blessing in disguise. And what it has led me to do, it led me to come back to doing what I love. Like, it's not so much content creating. I've never been a content creator. I don't see myself like that. More was always somebody pursuing, entrepreneurship, you know, ways to instill values of being your own business person into my kids, helping my wife, formulate ideas that she might be interested in and help get her creative juices flowing. That's always been me, inspire and innovator. But during the course of working, trying to take care of my family, I lost who I was as that person. But coming back to 2025, from October to probably about a couple weeks into the new year, I was in a rough state. I wasn't, thinking bad. I was just, hit rough patches. And I was in that rough patch. And I just told myself it's time to come out of there, because as long as I stay in that rough patch, any blessings that come my way, any doors that might be open, me being in that down state, I wasn't going to recognize them. I wasn't going to realize them. And I wasn't going to pursue them. So, with my family behind me, I decided to get back to that innovative entrepreneurial self that I had. And that's pretty much what I think this series is going to become. Like I said, I'm not a content creator. I don't really have content to create, but I figure if I change my output, the outlook on what I'm going to, I'm early 40s. 20 years ago, I would never seen myself doing this. I had dreams and visions that seemed realistic at the time, but life happens. But now that I'm back within myself, knowing who I am, I'm feeling good as far as where this direction going to go. I got support of my family, the kids I was raising during that time period, they're grown now. I got two twins. They're 21 years old. One's in college. One's a working member of society. I got an 18-year-old daughter. She's fit to graduate school. She has her plans already. And I just leave my youngest 16-year-old son, and he pretty much has everything in line, what he wants to do. So that just leaves me and my wife. Now, while she's figuring out, where she's going to go, I'm just being me. I'm going to try anything and everything because that's just who I am. And losing that job actually was able to help me find myself because it gave me the free time to actually do that. Now, like I said, I still had a job on the back burner that was able to supplement, what I was doing, take care of bills and everything like that. And that's still, helping me do that. But now it's time for me, before I hit them golden years, to go for myself, YouTube. And so with that, I decided to get out of my shell again and stop living in comfortability and get into the scary and bring y'all along with me. Over the course of this series, I'm gonna introduce you to my family, to my friends. I hope to make new friends. And that's one thing I do miss about being fired, because, and specifically speaking to males, if you're a male, if you ain't got a core group of friends, and it's probably females too, but I can only speak from a male perspective. If you ain't got the core group of friends already established, it's hard making new friends. And usually you're going to make the new friends at your job. And at the last job I got fired from, I worked with a solid group of fellas, and I keep in touch with them to this day. But that's really the main thing I really miss from that job is the fellowship that you had. But hopefully, through doing this series, bring you into my life, into my journey, what I'm going through, what I'm going to go through, what I'm going to pursue. I hope to reach out, branch out, and make new friends, new family, because that's pretty much what life is. Like I say, you can spend all your working years working, taking care of your family, but if you don't take the time out to take that time for yourself, then what are you really living for? Life to me has become more about not so much monetary, but like the experiences I can have, the memories I can make. Cause one day, that's all we're gonna be is a memory. So in that time that I have now, I wanna make as many of those memories as I can. And that's what I try to do with my kids, going like those events and stuff, I have them ingrained in me forever. And I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't try and redo it. I genuinely like those moments that I had, and I hope to make more. With the grown kids now, we can start doing more adult things, taking trips as not day trips, but like, extended trips, different cities, probably different countries, who knows? But as they're growing and they're maturing, I'm growing. I don't know if I'm mature. I'm still a big kid at heart. I'm always be that. But, starting to enjoy not so much the finer things in life, but the things we overlook, getting caught up in that rat race. And since I lost that job and since I pulled myself out of that rut, I'm starting to see life for what it really is, enjoying the moments, enjoying the fellowship, enjoying the memories, making new memories, enjoying old memories. Because, let's be honest, before we got wrapped up in the world of consumerism and capitalism and everything, when we took care of our own and our community, that's what we were making, memories. And that's what I really hope to get back to. So over the course of this series, like I said, I'm gonna introduce you to my wife. Been married 19 years. I think she might kill me if I gave the wrong date, but I don't look at the time we've been together. I looked at the experiences we've enjoyed, and it's been a handful of them. So if I got the wrong date, please forgive me. Got my two 21-year-old twins. It's been a joy and blessing raising them. And then I have my 18-year-old daughter who's I'm super proud of. She's finna graduate. She's been doing her thing. And like I say, I got the youngest in the bunch, my 16-year-old. He's finding himself. He's coming to his own. And I'm glad I'm there for the ride. And me, like I say, losing that job helped me become myself again. So I hope to bring you all along with me. I hope you all enjoy the ride with me. Reach out to me. Let me know how I'm doing. Communicate. Let's have that fellowship with each other. I share my dreams as I go along the way. I have a lot of them listed out, and I hope as I do them, you all come with me and enjoy that experience. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap things up here. Wrap things up here, and let's let things be as they may. Like I say, each journey is a new chapter in your life book, and this isn't a new chapter, but it's a continuation of an old chapter I had before. So I'm glad y'all coming with me. I hope y'all enjoy, and I hope we can grow together, YouTube.